mosquitoes, mosquitoes flying around. I'm going to chop off your wings if you come near me. Yeah, do you? Yeah, oh! Got you, got you. Okay, the mosquitoes won't mess with me. Oh, here's one, here's one. Oh, oh! Oh man, that was close. I almost got him. How's it going, everybody? Today, I want to give my overview, not a complete review, of the LT Wright Gen 3 knife. I'm not going to be able to use this knife, and I usually like to use a knife that I review at least a couple weeks, a month, something like that, sometimes 6 months. And in the jungle, I can almost guarantee one day of use, what I call use, is at least a week on the mainland. Unless you are a homesteader or a farmer, because when you homestead in the jungle, you use a lot of knives all the time. Well, I want to just give my overview of this knife. It's the big version of the Genesis and the next gen. It's a 12-inch overall, it's 3/16 thick, the 90-degree spine, full convex edge, 6 1/4-inch blade. And this particular model is green Markita. It's a full tang knife with a generous lanyard hole and some thumb scallops right there, and a nice Ricasta right here, or a self guard. And I would say the philosophy behind this knife is it's the survival knife version, right? Like what you would take as your big, beefy, do everything survival knife, right? And I like that convex edge. Wow, 01 steel. And these start for about around $250, American made, handmade in Ohio. Oh yeah, so stick around, check out my overview of this knife. Okay, I'm not gonna beat on this blade too much because I want to give Jacob a blade that's not too used. And yeah, it does chop, it's got some weight, so it does bite in real nice. Look at that. Yeah, so it's got some weight to it. It can be a chopper. Let's get some ironwood. This is some ironwood right here. Okay, it does have a tendency to kind of slide out of your hand, but it's that broomstick style. It's not meant to chop, right? Yeah, chop. But it's got the weight to it. It could do it. Now, let's see how she cuts. Feather sticks right out of the box. Okay, this is ironwood. It's not the best to feather stick with, but that flat convex grind is just razor sharp. Look at that. Look at those curls. Wow. Some tiny ones right here. Yes. Okay, she can feather stick, she can chop. Let's see how she is at stabbing. Oh, yeah. And I don't worry about my hand sliding up on the blade. She's got a fairly thick tip. I don't really want to necessarily pry with it. Remember, I want to give this to Jacob as new as possible so his contestant could use it. So let's back up and give you a better shot. Give you the stats on this knife. It's 01 tool steel, 3/16 thick, 90-degree spine, and it's 12 inches overall, full tang knife. 6¼ inch blade. It's got a full convex grind, so that's like a flat grind, a flat vex basically. That means that it's a convex grind all the way up to the spine. Generous lanyard hole, awesome pins, some thumb scallops, very comfortable handle. It's just a bigger version of the LT Wright Genesis. Okay, let's baton some ironwood. Yeah. There you go. Baton's fine. I thought it might not baton as well as a Scandi grind, and if it did have a Scandi grind, it probably would baton better, but still it works. Let's take a look at the sheath. It's a nice leather sheath that comes with the Gen 3 knife. Nice ferrocerium rod loop right there. Tough stitching, plenty of lashing points, and you can see it's high quality sheath. I like the color, American made, and there's options. It can ride as a dangler. It works really well as a dangler, very comfortable on the belt, and you can remove this part and you can use this as a normal belt sheath, just like the Genesis knife. Same basic sheath, just this is a larger version of it, just like it's a larger version of the Genesis knife. American made, high quality leather, easy in and out. This is a great sheath. It comes with the knife. Top quality. I like the color, it's awesome. Let's see how the 90-degree spine is. Got some Hawaiian cotton right here. This is a great plant to start a fire with. And let's just take a section of the cotton off. Put this over here where it's not wet. And there's seeds in this, so I want to take out the seeds. Just leave the fluff. So it's been kind of wet. It's rainy right now, so let's see if this will work. Softer than store-bought cotton, right from the bush. Okay. I know it's got a 90-degree spine. Yeah. There we go. Give you a size comparison of the LT Wright Gen 3 and the LT Wright Genesis. 4-inch blade, 6¼ inch blade, 1/8, 3/16 thickness, Scandi grind, and full Vex grind, 01 steel, A2 steel. You can see that the Gen 3 is just a bigger version of the Genesis. It's got a wider blade and longer blade, of course, thicker. This is more of like the survival knife, I would say. This is like the belt survival knife out of the 3 LT Wright knives I've reviewed recently. The Next Gen, the Genesis, and I'm doing an overview of the Gen 3. Now you can win one of these knives. Jacob at the Prepper's Bunker will be receiving these knives, and his contestant will use one of these knives, and it will be given away on his channel. So stay tuned for that. I will provide links in the description box. Final thoughts on this knife. The Gen 3 by LT Wright, handmade in Ohio, USA. Jungle approved. $250. This is just a bigger version of the Genesis. So if you like the Genesis, you're probably going to like this. My only complaint is I wish the handle flared out a little bit more. And that's it. That's not a big problem. It's tough. I really like how slicey it is. Super comfortable handle. Wow. And yeah, jungle approved. I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. It's starting to rain, and I want you guys to please comment, hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell symbol to get notifications for when I upload a video. You can watch it and tell me what you think. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at His Survival. And until next time, hello.